and the shirt says, I believe, balls deep. He says his name is Captain Awesome.
I don't want to hear it, brother. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I feel threatened.
Alrighty, okay. Yeah, Orangeburg, all of them here. Alright, you come in for your roll of stamp?
Yeah, but I told you, no, I
You
did
left from yesterday?
I didn't know if you guys,
Yeah. There you go.
that's forever, right?
Yes, sir.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, you got you.
You know what?
No, we remember, you left them down there.
Oh, I did?
Yes, sir.
You know why?
Yes, sir, I'll let her know.
I appreciate it.
You welcome.
Thank you.
Mike, can I help you, sir? Can I help you, sir?
Oh, no, ma'am, I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, this is the government building. You cannot film inside.
Yeah, your poster 7 says I can.
You're supposed to what?
Your poster 7, the federal law, conduct on postal property, it's right out in your hallway there.
Okay, well, let me call security. Thank you. Yeah, it's no filming in the federal building. Well, grab your chairs. They'll be right with you all. 1 second.
Hey, how are you?
How you doing, sir?
Good, how are you doing, ma'am?
Good. You recording something?
Yes, I am. I'm a journalist, I'm recording content for a story. It's a federal law, I'm allowed to do it. It's right out there on their wall. I do this at post offices all over the country. I could show you if you'd like. Yeah, come on. Let me get this for you, ma'am. It's actually Federal Law 39 CFR 232.1. The post office has condensed it into a poster 7. Rules and regulations governing conduct on postal property. Photographs for news, advertising, and commercial purposes may be taken in entrances, lobbies, foyers, and corridors. I also have something from the Department of Justice here if you'd like to see that as well.
Hello.
Hello, ma'am. How are you?
Doing fine. How are you?
Excellent. letter, the Department of Justice Civil Rights Division. I highlighted all the important parts. Anywhere the public's allowed, the press is allowed. Kind of makes sense.
You're a member of the press?
Yes, I am.
Do you have credentials?
Oh, here. Keep going through here. Make sure you have the exact law.
Can I speak to one now?
Yeah.
There you go. Again, this is a federal law I showed her. I do this all over the country in the post offices.
Okay. Like, what's your mission?
Just to make sure that government employees don't overstep their authority. Okay? So when I come into somewhere that it's allowed to be, a lot of times people try to overstep their authority, make me leave, try to get me arrested, all that other kinds of stuff. Now, are you familiar with Hannah Pulver State here in South Carolina?
I am not, no, sir. I'd have to look it up.
Okay, it's a South Carolina Supreme Court case, and basically it says that trespassing doesn't apply to public property unless it's a library or a school, and that's because they specifically have separate trespassing statutes. So because this is public property, even if they wanted to trespass me, the state law doesn't allow it.
Where did you get this from? Is this like public now where you can look it up and print it out?
Absolutely, you can go to the
Is there a website?
Department of Justice. So if you were to go and if you were to Google here, let me put this back up so I can show you on my phone. It'd take you like a second to pull it up. So if we go and we Google U.S. DOJ Civil Rights Division, Sharp v. Baltimore guidance letter. So, U.S. DOJ.
Yeah, I'm intrigued, so I want to write this down.
Yep. U.S. DOJ Civil Rights Division, Sharp v. Baltimore, which is exactly what this is. Sharp v. Baltimore. You can just Google it, and it'll pull up the PDF right here on the U.S. Justice.gov website. I'll pull it up real quick. You'll see it's the exact same thing. Boom, 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 same thing.
Cool. That's very interesting.
Yep, and it tells you everything you need to know about the government's position on filming in public.
Okay.
So,
All right, cool. Well, I'm going to let you have that back. The only thing that they request, you can go up there and film, that's fine. The only thing they request is just don't film, like, card transactions and stuff.
yeah, I know.
You know.
I do it all the time.
Okay.
So that's never an issue.
You sound like you're from New York, like upstate New York.
I'm actually from Florida.
Are you?
Yeah. So, but that makes sense because we have a lot of New Yorkers come
Right,
down, so
right.
it kind of like rubs
Yeah.
off. But no, yeah, I do this all over the country, so I'm well versed on what the law is, what I'm allowed to do, and what I'm not allowed to do. It would be kind of crazy for
Can
me.
we show that document to my lieutenant?
Of course you can. I mean, if they have a way to copy it, make copies of
I
it.
mean, we can.
What is it?
It's a guidance letter from the U.S. Department of Justice Civil Rights Division, and it's to the Baltimore Police Department.
So just the only place you do so far?
No, I've actually been to the Orangeburg County Administration Building. I've been to the Orangeburg County Sheriff's Department. I've been to the Public Works Department.
That's interesting.
Gosh, yeah, I've been all over. The only place I haven't been is to the Health Department, and I will be going there. So I know that guys is in your jurisdiction. You might get a call from there.
It's not recording. Unless it's not recording the information over there, then it's fine.
Yeah, as long as I'm not recording credit card transactions. Which, I mean, in this day and age, I mean, everybody here knows we use all credit cards. So when we use a credit card, we're like actually right up on the machine. So it'd be hard for somebody.
Well, sometimes you got a little high-tech camera, you can zoom in.
Well, see, this is here. Because you guys have been really nice. Usually, I don't pause my recordings, but I have the LG Wing, and so
Stop it.
this doesn't have a zoom feature because
LG Wing?
yeah. Hold on, let me put in my code real quick.
What is the LG Wing?
And it's specifically for recording. So I don't have a zoom feature because the third lens on here allows me to move the camera without moving the camera. It's called a built-in gimbal. And that third lens helps keep the horizontal stable in order for me to move it. The camera's, it's a phone, but it's specifically for filming. Now watch this, you're gonna love this.
Wow.
Dual recording front and back.
That's neat.
And what is this then?
It's the LG Wing. I don't think they even make it anymore.
And what is that?
Oh, see, I thought that was a new thing. I was going to go look it up.
It's like LG, huh?
Yeah, I got it last year. To record, but well, thank you,
Thank you
folks.
for the education.
Oh, absolutely, guys. Thank you for being open to education.
Nice meeting you.
A lot of times they just come in and like, feelings. I got to enforce feelings.
I'd rather be educated than,
Yeah, the law's the law. We all should obey it. You know, I love the law. I read it
This is
constantly.
my first encounter with something like this, so
Yeah.
that's good to know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and look that up online. And yeah, I was in Varnville. You guys know where Varnville is down south?
Yeah.
Okay, I was down in Varnville a couple weeks ago, and I was at the health department there, and the assistant chief came out. And when I kid you not, he got every single law wrong. The ID law, he said I was harassing the folks. I said harassment has to be a series of events. He says, no, sir, read the statute. He said trespassing. Again, I don't know if you know this, Lieutenant, State v. Hannipol here in South Carolina. There's no trespassing on public property. Exactly, except for schools and libraries because they have their separate own trespassing codes. So even like at the health department.
It's hard to put people on trespass for here because they have to do business.
Right. Well, plus it's a federal building. And let me give you a tip here that most won't. On this federal law here, okay, for enforcement and penalties, it says alleged violations of these rules and regulations are heard and the penalties prescribed herein are imposed in a federal district court. Okay? So that means one thing. No state charges here. Because state charges don't get heard in federal district court. The only charges that you can arrest for here on federal property is the ones listed in the federal law. Stuff like disturbances, alcoholic beverages and smoking, gambling, soliciting, election, collecting debts, vending, and advertising. So, yeah, not a lot of people know that. A lot of people that do what I do come into the post office. They get arrested for trespassing, the charges get dropped, and they end up getting sued. Because it says right there on the federal law that these have to be heard in federal court. Can't be a state charge. So.
Very good.
Yep. You guys have a blessed day, and I hope the rest of your day goes as easy, guys. All right, guys, so they know now that we can record, and just as long as we're not getting credit card transactions and that kind of stuff, which we don't want to do anyway. You know what I mean? That's not copacetic. So, let's go ahead and take a look outside. Let's get a couple of shots outside.